Welcome, Virgo, to your beginning of the month reading for May. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, friends, this is going to be for the 5th through the 13th. Let's see what's going on for you. This reading is for your sun, moon, or rising. Okay, so if it doesn't resonate within your sun, you can always go watch another one also for your rising or your moon. Okay, let's see what's going on. Never forget about your rising, guys, okay? So a lot of times your regular sign won't be picking up exactly what's good for you, but your rising or your moon, usually hits that one way or another. This is where the prosperity begins for you, Virgo. So beautiful there. Lots of fruit coming through. This is a happy time, happy discussions, success, a time of financial, achievements, increase in any kind of respect from people around you. This is where you're really feeling happy and feeling like whatever seeds you've planted, they're actually coming to blossom. There is a little mental conflict going on around the situation, no matter what, right? Getting the balance back with the material, spiritual prosperity, having the harmony, feeling like there's a little more harmony and increase, because that's where that was talking about. There is the harmony, there is the increase, and the respect. I keep hearing there's a lot of respect within what's going on in this situation, because the truth is right in front of your face. Okay, and wisdom. Your intuition is doing very well, and it feels like you are learning something about the situation. So where the truth is coming out, you're kind of learning something of kind of maybe even a higher power. For some of you, using that intuition. For others of you, it could just be your ego, which is your human mind, right? Using and learning about the situation, really analytically thinking. That was, okay. So let's see what's going on here. Going over here to the mental conflict, it's saying that there's something a little conflicting about the situation. It's almost like I see that maybe the prosperity is beginning, but there's something that's going on that I just cannot wrap my head around. And that's because of the wisdom. The wisdom is literally on the other side of the mental conflict, which is actually causing a little bit of pain. So even where I'm having prosperity, I'm still feeling a little heartache. I'm feeling a little heartache, and the mental conflict isn't helping this heartache, or vice versa. The heartache is not helping that. With the balance, it feels like somebody is at service, though, right? And it also feels like maybe either you have someone who's coming to service for you. It could be a Capricorn or another Virgo, or you yourself are at service with this person, really helping to resolve some kind of issue that's going on within the situation. But it's kind of eating at your mind, kind of eating at your heart a little bit. The material spiritual prosperities is because you feel like they're kind of escaping the situation. I really do feel, Virgo, that you're over here trying to help someone out on a situation, and they're kind of, maybe you feel like they're kind of stealing from you, right? It's kind of like I'm helping you do this, but you're kind of stealing the power, kind of stealing, and escaping what I'm trying to do from you. So it doesn't feel like you're very excited about the results of the situation of helping this person, right? Because it really feels like in the beginning of the month, I'm helping you out, but you're causing nothing but mental and heartache. But you have the harmony over here. The harmony is saying that there is some kind of harmony going on. I just have to figure out what is going on within the situation. As you're having these kind of, kind of like at service, these performances around you, it does feel like you have some kind of plan to want to move forward with the truth within the Empress over here. You guys definitely could be dealing with some kind of other earth sign. It doesn't have to be. It could even be a Libra. I got a lot of Libra going on. It could be a Pisces as well. And like I said, that Capricorn. But it does feel like whatever it is, the situation will resolve itself. And then when you finally figure out what the truth is, then you can feel like the prosperity is really starting to begin. Now, this is where the prosperity is really beginning, is right here. This is when you start meditating and trying to figure out what is it that's going on within this situation. How do I really make this increase? How do I really, maybe even impress this person or make them understand what I'm doing for them? How do I make the plans move forward for it being beneficial? Well, you're going to have to learn something. What you're learning is the Ten of Cups, also the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is just saying, I'm learning that you have a little more depression. You have a little more, you're kind of learning they have more mental conflict than you do. Wow. So that's, sometimes that happens, and then the truth could be spoken. The truth be spoken that it can grow, and that the prosperity is going to continue to grow, and you're going to have this kind of illuminating idea that's going to kind of hit you when you realize that the reason that they're not really taking the service of what you're trying to do and the help out that you're doing is because they don't really have the self-confidence to really get to where they need to be. So in a sense, they're kind of seizing the day over here and making you feel like you're kind of seizing, I don't know, it's kind of like a seized opportunity. Why is it that I'm giving you all of this and it feels like you're kind of either trying to escape the material, spiritual prosperity that I'm trying to give to you, or that you're literally kind of thieving it away. It's going to be different for everybody because you're going to know how it feels. Maybe it's even 2 in 1. Because maybe you feel like they're not really, there's a respondence issue going on, the way they're responding, right? So that can make it also feel like you're kind of wasting your breath. So therefore, it does feel like they're kind of stealing. Because maybe they do come to you and say, hey, I need this and that, and then they don't do anything about it. Well, that would cause a lot of heartache and pain. Absolutely. But with a lot of focus on the target area over here of what's going on and learning the truth about what is going on, and I do feel like you guys are dealing with some kind of air sign for most of you. You're really going to get down to the truth, and then the truth is going to awaken that peace for the prosperity to begin, because then you're going to say, oh, I got it. Well, shit, why didn't you just say that you were having more problems than you already had? And this is really going to help the situation out there within the relationship, because then it's going to allow the Ten of Cups to come in, because with greater understanding about the situation at hand, that's when everything comes together. This is when the relationship can actually mature, and then you can actually feel like you're having some kind of success and some kind of breakthrough with this person, right? So it does feel like somewhere between the 10th and the 13th, it's almost like, oh, I got it. You couldn't fulfill a wish. You couldn't do anything because you don't even have, the hopes of anything. But this is going to allow you to feel like you can keep these promises, or that this person will have more sense of pride within the situation to actually perform better, get things done, be more responsible. Maybe that's it too. Maybe you just feel like, I would like for you to take a little more responsibility about the situation. Look, they're careless about the situation no matter what. 7 of Swords, you're thieving, you're irresponsible, you're, escaping, a little immature. So, now you can feel like they can actually start, really paying attention to what you're saying, because you kind of hit the nail on the nose over here about what their problem is. Once you do that, it makes them start to think with the 2 of Swords, well, good, now you understand where I'm coming from. So all those matters will be resolved, and you'll know how to fix the problem better. You're just giving, but not really understanding the bigger picture. How could you, though? It doesn't sound like this air sign is saying anything about it. They're just kind of holding it to themselves. Something is going to give it away, whether it's your higher intuition or whether it's something that they say and you're going to put 2 and 2 together. And it could be possible. And maybe it's also somebody else coming in who's going to say something. Maybe it's their mother that comes in and says, well, and then you'll say, well, schniz. No, I didn't know, right? Something is going to happen where it's going to bring in this determination to say, I got this. Well, I'll help you move all of this stuff, okay, if you would have just opened up and said something. So it's definitely going to be the perfect timing for you to have a better understanding about this. This is when the positivity will actually increase, too, within this relationship, right? Because it's going to be hard to keep yourself in a relationship over here, though, Virgo, if you don't understand the P's and Q's to the situation. It's like kind of like talking to a wall. Wall, I would like you to move. Maybe even like a dog, because dogs understand certain words, but they can't do laundry. You see what I'm saying? So maybe it's feeling like, you know what, it's kind of like the dog. I say sit, he can sit, but I tell him to do laundry and he just gets up and walks away. You know? And it's like, oh, you're a dog. You can't do laundry. Got it. No opposable thumbs. You know, whatever. So, no, it's actually going to, your intuition is just going to start kicking and, you know, really spitting information out to you. The more you really open up your heart chakra to the understanding. Because the more you do so, the more you're going to be able to see in that cup and say, okay, well, you know what, we can work together on this. And this is where that feeling like that focus on the target, right? The target is, what is your problem? Yeah. It was like a bad situation because it actually makes you feel like, I think this is, you know, one of those situations where it's kind of like, you have no respect for me. But that's not really the case being. They have to be able to see it from their own point of view, with the Queen of Swords coming out. So now they're saying, okay, I'm opening up to you and I'll let you understand what I'm going through now. I'll let you see what's really going on. I'll cut through the bullshit and tell you this is exactly how I feel. This is exactly what's going on within, why I'm not opening up, why you think I'm this and you think I'm that. And then, you know, this way you guys can really work together. And this will actually bring in the harmony. Right? Where you felt stuck within the harmony. How are we going to get together? Now you get together because now, bam, again, here's where the prosperity begins with the idea. Here's where the prosperity really starts uniting itself. So now you're going to feel like you're more united on the same page. Now we get on the same page and everything's balanced. Now remember, we had a balance over here because you were saying, I don't think that this is as balanced as it should be. Now you're saying, oh, okay, now you're going to listen to me because now I understand where you're coming from. And it is. It's hard when you're trying to help somebody out and you're trying to do something and it just feels like, why the hell am I doing this for you? Right? I mean, it just gets to that point where it's like they're non-responsive. But now you just this, out of this bigger understanding is going to change so much. So let's grab an overall card for the situation. This thing is so big. Probably need to change this one to a new one. Okay, let's see what's going on. Overall message for this reading, besides the prosperity begins, is the optimism. Yep. And this is this is not only because it's going to raise your optimism, my friends. It's just because you feel like they're more optimistic as well. So when you're dealing with a person who's kind of like in a depression or not feeling, you know, super. And that could be another thing too. Maybe you feel like, you know what, if you feel like you're in a hopeless situation, but I'm still trying to help you, how the hell am I going to help you, right? So it does feel like the optimism is the coming together and the uniting, right? Because now they believe too that they deserve, where they didn't feel like they really deserved anything, but now they see the happy success within the situation, and you both do, right? You both do. And this is where the conflict and the pain and the mental conflict and the Three of Swords and all the stuff in the beginning, all the rocky water goes away. Why? Because now you feel like you've met a milestone with this person, the better understanding. So it makes, and it was a conscious lack. It definitely was a conscious lack. Absolutely. Absolutely. The conscious lack of awareness of what's really going on with them. Look, if they're putting on that fake smile and they're going out there and they're acting normal, but yet there's something going on with their own mental, right? And they're in this depression or whatever, how are you supposed to know that? Right? Because this is really them standing against this wall. So yeah, it can cause confusion on your side for sure. But you definitely are going to break those barriers and you're going to bring this person back to, I'm going to say you're going to bring them back to life. Really. With the Ten of Cups. And actually be able to open them up. Which would be amazing. You know, open up to me. I'm trying to help you. How am I going to help you if you're a brick wall? Okay? So, it looks like you have it kind of, you know, out for you this month. But in the end, everything's going to work out just fine. By, like I said, about the 12th or the 13th, everything's going to start really breaking and unraveling. So you guys can actually feel like you're a couple again on the same page. And being exactly where you're supposed to be to help each other, not just one-sided. Okay? Until next time, my friends. Peace and love. Bye-bye.